Another category of ergogenic aids are mechanical aids, which refer to man-made specialist equipment and clothing designed to aid users' sporting performance to progress further. An example of a mechanical aid would be hypoxic tents. Hypoxic tents are structures specially designed to mimic high altitude. This is achieved by controlling oxygen volumes within the tent. By reducing the oxygen volume within the tent, the subject's body is sent into a similar state as it would be as being at altitude. This is known as hypoxia, allowing the subject to train and prepare their body for this sort of environment, which is beneficial to the subject, as reduced oxygen volume will stimulate the subject's body to adapt to the environment, leading the subject's body to produce increased volumes of hemoglobin, a molecule found within the red blood cells of the body responsible for oxygen transportation around the body. According to altitude.org, the amount of hemoglobin in the blood increases at altitude, which is one of the best known features of acclimatization to high altitude, increasing the amount of hemoglobin in the blood, increasing the amount of oxygen that can be carried, showing the direct correlation between altitude with increased oxygen volumes and hemoglobin levels, which can be seen in the graph presented in the slide, which clearly shows a positive correlation between increased altitude, oxygen pressure, and hemoglobin levels, saturation percent of hemoglobin, which will aid the subject, as increased hemoglobin levels allows the subject to transport greater volumes of oxygen quicker around the body, providing a stronger oxygen supply to the working muscles, which will allow them to sustain aerobic activity for longer periods of time, as the raised oxygen supply will prevent the body from falling into an oxygen deficiency as quickly, allowing the body to maintain aerobic glycolysis which is the most efficient energy system, as it does not produce any fatiguing byproducts, unlike the anaerobic energy system, which the body is forced to use when it goes into an oxygen deficiency, which produces a fatiguing byproduct known as lactic acid, which, as it builds, leads to muscular cramps and fatigue. Therefore, hypoxic tents are a particularly useful ergogenic aid for endurance athletes, which rely heavily upon maintaining aerobic activity, as they must sustain exercise for extended periods of time. Therefore, the aerobic system is the only system which can support physical activity for extended periods of time, showing the benefit of mechanical ergogenic aids in the form of hypoxic tents for heptathletes. Furthermore, hypoxic tents allow athletes to train in similar conditions to high altitude, allowing their bodies to acclimatise to the situation, to lessen the negative impact of altitude would have on their sporting performance. For example, if an athlete from a low altitude area is training for a competition at a high altitude area, they may utilise hypoxic tents to acclimatise their body to being at altitude, to prepare their body for the high altitude competition. However, a negative in response to hypoxic tents is their accessibility, as hypoxic tents are limited to primarily elite athletes, as they are very expensive pieces of equipment. According to podiumrunner.com, hypoxic tents typically cost from $2,500 to more than $5,000. Therefore, are typically only utilised by a top tier of athletes, as the price point of this ergogenic aids acts as a barrier to the general public. Therefore, another negative in response to hypoxic tents is the time span it takes to trigger an adaptation to occur within the subject's body. According to trainright.com, the purpose of short altitude training, 2 to 5 days, is to gain an understanding of how the body responds to exercise at high altitude. These short camps are not long enough to lead to an increase in oxygen carrying capacity. The camp would need to be around 3 weeks long to have this impact, showing that the subjects of hypoxic tents must consistently utilise the tent over an extended period of time for any noticeable adaptations and increases to sporting performance to occur, making the process very time consuming. Therefore, another negative in response to hypoxic tents is the limited space. The limited space within the hypoxic tents makes it difficult to train within them, forcing athletes to have to train under false situations. For example, runners have to use treadmills opposed to a running track, which may possibly slow the subject's progression as they train under unrealistic conditions. Building upon the negatives of hypoxic tents, many people begin to feel very sick when exposed to conditions of hypoxic tents, which mimic high altitude. This form of illness is known as altitude sickness, which according to the NHS website is when breathing becomes difficult because you are not able to take in enough oxygen, which can lead people to experience headaches, nausea, dizziness, amongst other symptoms, creating very unpleasant conditions for training. However, not everyone suffers from altitude sickness. Its impact upon people varies from person to person, with some people being seemingly unaffected, but typically those unaccustomed to the environment, high altitude, are affected the worst. Therefore, it can be inferred that the more the subject exposes themselves to the conditions of the hypoxic tents, which mimic high altitude, the quicker their body will adapt to it, reducing the effects of altitude sickness upon their body.